hurricane season. Let's talk about one of the most neglected pieces of homeowner equipment. Generators. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I'm a big fan of saving stuff from the scrapyard or the junk pile. I like to pick stuff off the curb. I like to get stuff that my neighbors are throwing out. And it's no different with this one. I fixed this thing up about 2 years ago, and I'm in this thing maybe 70 bucks. But I've already got it going. I didn't do a video on that because I did all that before I started making YouTube videos. Now, a year ago, I took this thing out and I run it for a little while, and then I prepped it to put it back up. That's what I'm gonna show you later in this video. But for right now, let's see how good that worked. This thing's been sitting for a year. I haven't touched it. And I'm gonna, in real time, live action, show you how quickly I can get this thing started back using what I call the ATF trick. Well, as you can see, I tugged on it a few times and it fired right up. After sitting a year, all I did is pour gas in it. Now let me show you how I did that. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut the fuel off right here. If you don't have a shut-off valve on yours, then you can just take a pair of vise grips and gently pinch your main fuel line. Don't get too rowdy with it because you don't want to tear the line, but you know, just make it where it can't get any more fuel out of the tank. But I'm gonna just cut it off. Then I'm gonna start it up and I'm gonna let it run out of gas. Then you want to let it cool off for a few minutes. Now I'm going to take this line loose right here on the downside of the filter and leave the cutoff valve off for the time being. So let's pull this off. And I don't know if you can see this, I got something to catch the gas that's going to run out. There's going to be a little bit. Well, there we go. Then I'm gonna take my gas can, I'm gonna stick it right here, stick the fuel filter in here, and open it up. Now that's gonna drain everything out of the tank up here, right here. And let it run out. Back in your can. Now for the fun part. Go find you some regular old ATF, automatic transmission fluid. That's what I use to store these generators. Now watch what I do. This nipple right here comes on a bottle of gear oil or a bottle of Lucas. And here's a fun little trick. It screws right on the top. Really, Fly? Of one of these. It's magic. Now take and cut this thing off as high as I can, so it'll go in the end of the hose. If I had a sharper knife, it'd work better. Like that. Now just stick this in here, turn it up, and let her drain. And after I fill that thing up, I'll hook everything back up and I give it a few tugs. It's not gonna start. Now your ultimate goal with all this is, here's a carb that goes on a small engine. It's not, this didn't come off of Briggs, but they're all kind of the same. This is your fuel bowl, and you want to get automatic transmission fluid to go down and to get in this bowl, and then you want to pull on it a couple times so it can suck it all up in those little jets. Now you might be saying, hey man, why don't you just run it out of gas? Shouldn't it be good? Not necessarily, because there's still a little bit of gas left in there, and if it dries out, it's going to leave crusties all in there, and the next time you go to start your generator after a year or 2 years or 3 years or however long, then it's not going to start, and then you're going to be scrambling trying to fix it before a big storm comes. You might all be saying, well look, I use stable, fuel stable. This is some good stuff. It really is. But if you look at the back, it says keeps fuel fresh for up to 24 months. I've seen fuel go bad that was treated with this in 8 to 9 months. So if it's a short-term deal, yeah, go for the stable. But if you don't know how long you're going to store your generator, you don't use it every year. If you're in a hurricane zone like me, you might use it 2 or 3 times in 1 year, and then you may not use it again for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. The reason I use ATF is because, have you ever been to a junkyard and pulled a dipstick on a car that's been sitting 20 years? Yeah, that ATF is still clean a lot of times. It's got some good detergent in there. It also keeps all the seals nice and lubricated. And all it's going to do, when you get ready to use it again, when you put the fuel back in it, it's just going to make a big poof of smoke, run like crap for a minute, and then it's going to smooth out and everything's beautiful. You don't have to do anything else. Now, I have to tell you that this is kind of an old school trick. My dad taught me this years ago, and I've seen this stuff go 4, 5, 6, many years. Get gas put in it, and then after a few pulls, fire right back up. But it's not by the book. Like I said, this is some old school stuff. So just keep that in mind. But it's never let me down, and I've done it on many pieces of equipment. And you don't have to do it just on generators. You can do it on anything if you want to. Any small engine stuff before you store it. Now, if you think this is a pretty good idea, go ahead and smash that like button for me. I appreciate it. If you've got any questions about storing your generator and using this method, drop a comment down below. And if you like DIY stuff, if you like trying to fix your own stuff, if you like seeing me get stuff off the curb and fix it and use it, consider subscribing. I'm always coming out with new little videos, with new little tricks and stuff that I've learned. Thanks for watching to the end. Thanks for hanging out. Come back and see me.